They've been prepared mentally for the moment. You can do that. In the long term, a loss of a guy like Waters hurts big time.
Javonte Smart started the first 13 games of the season for Will Wade. He's been off the bench for conference play, and Will Wade is going to lean on a very talented group of freshmen and newcomers. No one really saw this LSU team coming this year, and they lose the opening tap to a team that everyone thought would have a great chance to win the SEC. And this Tennessee Vols team has lived up to their advanced billing. They have been tremendous all season, 12-1 in the league, 2 losses all year. And they started off with a 3 from Levante Turner that won't go down. Marlon Taylor's got the rebound.
Well, the one thing about LSU, very talented young players playing against a veteran, experienced team with a winner's mentality. And they were embarrassed. They'll be the first to tell you. Kentucky really embarrassed them up there in Lexington.
Shot clock down to 7. Javonte Smart with a floater. That follow wouldn't go for Cavell Bigby Williams. And we've got a foul called against the Bayou Bengals. That's going to go against Naz Reid.
I'll tell you one thing, very athletic team when you look at LSU. Look at Will Wade on the sidelines, done a heck of a job here creating excitement. I mean, right there. Wow. Wow.
So a little something extra from Naz Reid to Grant Williams, and they may go to the monitor to take a look. That's exactly what Rick Barnes wants to see happen. He wants to see the officials go to the monitor and see if this should be a flagrant and maybe a flagrant 2 on Naz Reid.
They call this the hook and hold. Oh, wow, wow. That, come on, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. What do you see, Robert? Look at Wade. Look at him on the sideline. Not happy at all.
He's saying hook and hold.
Yeah.
He's saying that that should be a hook and hold.
But it was. It's so
on
obvious.
Grant Williams. Naz Reid got frustrated and threw Williams to the deck. And it'll be very interesting to see what the officials come away with here. I think you can make an argument that Grant Williams was in the act of a hook and hold. But the way that Naz Reid threw him to the court, I don't know what they're going to come away with. It's almost a 50-50.
Well, I think you're going to see it called against Naz Reid. I really do. I think his was pronounced. I mean, these two guys going at it.
So right out of the blocks, we have a call here that could greatly impact the outcome of this game.
Well, if it's called on Reid, that's a second foul, right? Would it be his second?
If that's a flagrant 2. And we'll see, as they are now going all 3 officials to discuss what the status is going to be of Grant Williams and Naz Reid.
Now they're going to go talk to the coaches, come to us, give us a little rundown of what happened.
Flagrant 1 for excessive contact, 2 shots, and Tennessee ball on the baseline.
So they are only going to come away with a flagrant 1, excessive contact, 2 shots, and the ball. And there it is on Reid. And Will Wade is still preaching his case that he thinks Grant Williams was in the act of a hook and hold.
Well, his case is not going to win. The judge has made the decision. It's final. They're going to start to get settled down and play basketball now. Grant Williams, many say, could win the back-to-back Player of the Year in the SEC. The last guy to do it was the great player at Arkansas, Corliss Williamson. Played for the great Nolan Richardson. Led him to a national title. And they made the call. Now you got to start playing. You made the call. Let's start playing. Let's get a little rhythm to the game, guys. Let's go. You made the call. Make it quick, and let's play basketball.
I think they heard you. They're about to put the ball in play.
I told you the other day, and I really firmly believe, some big official told me this, no use to the monitor, human interest until the last 2 minutes of the game, and you can utilize it for anything you want. Oh, this is getting a little physical here. This got a little out of hand.
And it's a quick call on Kyle Alexander.
I mean, it's starting. It's just starting. Now, if they're going to go to the monitor again here, no, please. Coaches better calm down. There could be some teasing sideline.
No monitor necessary to review that foul. They just call that a good, hard, common foul to the game. And now let's see if LSU will respond.
You don't need a monitor there. Look, Tennessee really getting after it defensively. A lot at stake right here. SEC, outstanding conference, winning it with a lot of prestige. Good offensive
rebound for Big B. Williams.
That's one of their strengths. One of their strengths. One of the key reasons they beat Kentucky.
Grant Williams can't answer. It's loose underneath, and the putback rolls home for Admiral Schofield.
Schofield, such a solid player, plays in the shadow of Williams. But you ask Rick Barnes, he's a total all-around player, team player. He was not happy with their performance against Kentucky. He thought they were too selfish. They didn't play within the realm of the team. Rick is a guy that's not going to pull any punches. He'll let him know. So he's done a great job at Tennessee. Sloppy passing.
Good job by Marlon Taylor to maintain possession. Shot clock down to 8.
Taylor, a great athlete, very explosive.
Javonte Smart doesn't get it to go, and the rebound to Kyle Alexander.
Javonte, a key player now without Waters.
Schofield hits a 3.
He's capable of doing that. I tell you, Bob, they got a dynamite duo when you talk about Schofield and Williams. And when they're playing their A game, they're as good as anybody in America.
Naz Reid. That's a brick.
See, what they miss right now with Waters is penetration ability, his driving ability to create shots, not only for himself, for his teammates. That's not part of their offense right now for LSU.
Schofield throws it behind Jordan Bone. Tennessee's got their point guard, and Jordan Bone makes a difference.
Well, he's so quick. There he is, penetrating, kicking it out. They reverse the ball, and Schofield knocks it down. You know, he was recruited by Will Wade. He really recruited him heavily.
At VCU.
VCU, yeah. Got to know him really well, and so here he's playing against him.
And watching LSU operate at this end without Waters is going to be interesting, as drawing the foul is Skylar Mays. We talked to Will Wade before the game, and he said, our offense will function. We're just not going to look as smooth. We're not going to look as fluid because we don't have Tremont Waters.
He's right about that. And there's that staff. They were a little surprised when we mentioned to them before the game. They had no idea. We said, well, what are you going to do today? Because they're going to play with a lot of intensity without Mr. Waters. And what do you mean without Mr. Waters? Say he's not playing. I was surprised. Virus.
It's that time of year. You know, kids are often on airplanes all the time. It's the winter. Sometimes, if you're at LSU, you could be traveling to 30 and 40-degree temperature differences sometimes in the places you have to go on the road.
Tell me about it. Tell me, it's like 80 degrees when I go to Sarasota, and some of the places you go to, like tonight I'm going to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Or New Jersey, if you want to come home with me.
You know, the key player right now in trying to make up for the loss of Waters is going to be the player Smart. Smart's a big-time player, Baton Rouge High School star here. He's an outstanding player in the state tournament, and he's got ability. He had started a number of games earlier this year.
He started the first half of the season and has come off the bench in conference play.
Naz Reid's got to be a factor inside. He's got to go down and post a little bit, give him some scoring on the interior. I know he's capable of shooting the 3. He's got to go to the rack a little bit. Nice pass.
Shot clock down to 5, but traveling before on the move by Javonte Smart.
You know, a kid like Javonte's got to just settle down. Probably feels a little bit of pressure. Knows a lot of people looking at him, knowing that Waters is not on the floor. But he's a kid's got a proven track record as a scholastic player and came here, won the starting job, was a starter, played the off guard for Waters. Rick Barnes, what a job he has done. You know, sometimes divorce happens, and it happened there in Texas, where he did a great job while he was there in Texas for years. But he came here, and that was a blessing for Tennessee getting him.
Schofield barely draws iron. A foul called, though, and it's going to go against LSU. And if that is against Naz Reid, that's going to be his second, and it is against Reid. So that is going to bring Darius Days into the game. So without Tremont Waters and now Naz Reid in early foul trouble, and this could be a war of attrition for LSU.
You know, 3 minutes and 42 seconds of competition, and you got Waters not playing, and you got Reid sitting as an assistant coach. That makes for, could be a long afternoon here. You know, people forget, They forget Rick Barnes coached a guy who's pretty good. One of the best one-and-done players of all time, Mr. Kevin Durant.
Jump ball at midcourt, and it is won by Jordan Bowden.
He's a good athlete, man. He went up there and snatched that like a defensive back.
Bone hits a triple, and Tennessee has an early 6-point lead.
You know, Bone really underrated, not in the eyes of coaches and people that have been around the game, but a lot of fans don't talk about the name Bone. He's a premier point guard, one of the best in the SEC. Ball screen up on top.
Smart, all one-on-one. Now he gives it up. Extra pass to the corner. Skylar Mays. Back up top to Days. A chance for a 4-point play.
Not a good play right there by the veteran Schofield. Makes contact. As you said, this could be a 4-point play, baby.
An early momentum swing for LSU. Darius Days will shoot the bonus when we come back.
There it is. Watch it, kick it out. There's the fake. There's Schofield coming out at him. He gets him on the hand. It goes down. They love it here, these Tiger fans.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get back to 100%. And in part by Zaxby's, chicken fingers, buffalo wings, salads. Find a location at Zaxby's.com. And Walt Disney World Resort.
I was with Keith Jackson. I could not believe what I was watching against a great Arizona team. They came in number 2 in the nation, and he just dominated. You know, I mentioned Arizona. I want to send my best out to really a great guy, Lute Olson. Lute had a minor, they say, stroke, and Lute, we wish you nothing but the best, man. He was so terrific as the leader of the Arizona program, set the tone there. But that night, it was all shot. He was unbelievable.
Darius Days polishes off a 4-point play.
Going a little half-court trap. Going a 1-3-1 trap.
Lamonte Turner finds Schofield. Kicks one out to the wing. Bowden just a little too strong, but the tip follow is there for John Fulkerson.
Fulkerson with the great tip with the left hand. Left-handed tip coming off the bench.
Guys, early on for Tennessee, Rick Barnes telling his guys offensively they have to keep moving. They can't just be going through the motions. They need to work harder on offense. And then defensively, he felt like the communication and the rotations have been solid.
Well, that time they force a bad miss by Bigby Williams with the left hand off the side of the backboard.
And no chance right there. No good angle on that shot.
Schofield posts up. Fades away. Can't connect.
Very athletic. When you look at this LSU team, really multi-talented. Got beat here the other night by a good Florida team who's playing well, coming off a win over Alabama and LSU. Mike White, it's the club. They're going to go dancing.
Skylar Mays on the drop.
Skylar Mays, what a drive on the baseline. Talk about a real student athlete. Ready for this? Over a 4-point average. He's a pre-med, mom and dad are doctors. Tell me, he's going to make it in the game of life, Mr. Mays, without a doubt.
Mays is on his way to being a 3-time academic All-American. That time he gets the kick. Skylar Mays, he knows how to go to school. You can take us to school as well here.
Take it to school right here. There he gets him the shot. There's Schofield. Some people say the hand is part of the ball, but in that scenario right there, he gets the hand after the ball is long released, and therefore there was contact on the hand, and it was a good call. It's impressive when you hear about a kid like Skylar Mays and his academic achievements as well. Bring some sanity to the term student athlete.
Fulkerson off balance. A putback is there for E. Pons.
Hey, missed now, nice read right there. Nobody blocked out. Simple lane to the goal. One of the lost arts in basketball is blocked it out.
Drawing the foul is Javonte Smart. He'll go to the line as Jordan Bone is set to come back in for Tennessee.
I'll tell you one thing, Bob. Smart has got terrific athleticism. Look at this. Nobody there. Nobody in the lane. Nobody near him. Open lane on a baseline. And there he is with the score.
So we mentioned Tremont Waters out, replaced by Javonte Smart. Although he's replaced by a young man, you mentioned it, Dick, he might be the most decorated player in the history of Louisiana high school basketball. As Smart won 3 straight Gatorade Player of the Years, and he is a 3-time Louisiana Mr. Basketball.
Yeah, John Calipari raved about him, told me he would have loved to have him, but they weren't going to let him get out of Baton Rouge. Scholastic superstar here, too deep.
A chance for a 3-point play for Grant Williams.
Too deep. Once he gets the ball that deep, he's going to score. He seals them, he feels them, and then seals them off. Watch him inside in the 3-second area. He knows how to utilize the post area. What did Rick tell us before the game? He had offers maybe like Richmond, and nobody, Yale was after him.
Yeah, the last 3 schools on Grant Williams' list were Yale, Richmond, and Tennessee.
Wow.
And how about this for efficiency? This is his 27th and 1 of the season. That's the first time he missed the free throw.
Incredible.
He was 26 for 26 in and 1 opportunities before that missed free throw. And everyone back in Knoxville, you are welcome for an expertly executed announcer jinx. Skylar Mays rolls it off the rim.
He made a great drive with his first step, but he didn't finish it. Got hurt.
Cone pulls up. Got it.
He knows how to play. See how really calm and cool he was? Pulls up at the 15-foot mark, knocks down that medium-range jump shot, and that's what you want a guy to do in the point with the ball. He has 3 options. He go right, left, or shoot the jumper.
Step back for Smart. Knocks it down.
Got to give him a little bit of a confident lift. He's a talent. There's no doubt about it, Bob. He is a talent.
And it looks like a foul will be called on Smart here, trying to fight his way through the screen. Rivalry week rolls on later tonight on ESPN as Duke looks to bounce back from the UNC loss, and they want some revenge against Syracuse. This game at the Dome. And then it's Kansas, Texas Tech, and Lubbock. You can always watch these games live on the ESPN app wherever you are.
Well, I think it was great news, the fact that Zion's injury is very minor, according to many, and that he will be back. And I think it was ludicrous and absurd, all the comments about he should quit, that he should get out of in terms of playing basketball anymore. He's sealed the #1. Why? The kid loves playing basketball, doesn't want to quit on his teammates, his coaches. I salute Zion.
Williams comes up short. I said the same thing. My comment this week was anyone that thinks that Zion Williamson is not going to play basketball the rest of this year, if at some point he's healthy enough to play, has never seen Zion Williamson play basketball. Because no one with that motor, that ticker, that love for the game is ever going to sit home and watch his teammates play if he's healthy enough to play. You know he's going to play.
Well, you hit the nail on the head, healthy. Obviously, if he had a medical problem and he couldn't play, that's something else.
There's a triple for Mays. We are tied.
So Mays is celebrating his game here. He's the danger. When you play a team without a star, and they got the adrenaline of the crowd, and they got good players out there like Mays.
Mays with a crossover, and he'll have a chance to go to the line and give LSU the lead.
What a crossover that was, man. That was like Hardaway years ago. Oh, they love it. Look at these Tiger fans. They've created basketball that just, this place was dead for a while. Look at it. Spirit, excitement, back to the olden days. Look at this change of direction. Wow. Great drive. Great drive. Watch the change. Watch the change. And then he shoots the big 3. We're going to watch right here. Shot goes up. There's boxing out right there in the lane. Good job right there. Good job. Worried about Mr. Williams keeping him off the glass. But look at the baseline. Nobody on the baseline. An easy layup.
And you can see Emmett Williams turning around and telling Days, I had my guy.
You know, Emmett Williams had a big game. Big game against Kentucky. Came off that bench, goes 5 for 5. He was a big time, by the way. Look, hugging the referee. Oh, he wants to get some love. He's smart. He's smart. He had a big game when he played in high school last year in the All-American game. Tremendous. He's got a lot of ability.
He's number 4 in the SEC in offensive rebounds per game. He gets almost 3 offensive rebounds per contest.
It's a very talented basketball team, LSU. He brought in some big-time recruits.
You know you're a good free throw shooter when no one needs to be down there to try and grab an offensive rebound. And again, the announcer jinx works to perfection as Skylar Mays at 86%, only 1 of 2. So now I'm even. I've gotten Tennessee and LSU.
Oh, they missed him down in the box. You got to give him a ball when he's got a guy on his back. They've been able to contain Williams, keeping him away from the inside.
Bone can't hit the 3, knocked out of bounds. Grant Williams kept it alive. So it's off the Tigers. It will stay with the Vols.
What a career Grant's had. Another terrific young man, both in the classroom and on the court.
They get a little sloppy here, and Williams can't save it.
Rick Barnes not happy. He's going to make a change on their bench. You can see he's not happy with the way they're executing their efficiency offensively. He has an outstanding assistant, Rob Lanier. Got to give him the ball down there. You got to look at that. He's got the guy in the back. That's frustration to the guy that's posting. You want that ball. Feeding the post is a lost art. The best I ever saw, Syracuse University. May rest up in heaven, Pearl Washington was a terrific guy passing the ball.
The reverse, not there. The follow was for Marlon Taylor. Emmett Williams drew a foul before Taylor got a chance to hang from the rim.
Taylor's one of those great athletes. Comes out of Mount Vernon.
Second foul of the game on Derek Walker.
Tried to square his body. He tried to go for the sensational shot rather than making the shot on the side of the rim. He's trying a sensational layup.
Still got the benefit of the doubt of the foul call. So now Emmett Williams, one of these freshmen, and there are 4 that are regularly in the rotation for Will Wade. Naz Reid, a starter, and normally brings Javonte Smart, Darius Days, and Emmett Williams all off the bench. But Smart starting today in place of Tremont Waters, who might end up being a legitimate candidate for SEC Player of the Year, out today with an illness. So that's going to bear watching all the way through the game.
Tell you, so far they responded, playing hard. Tell you, I mentioned Mount Vernon with the kid Taylor. Think about the McRae brothers, who are really 2. Louisville win the national championship. Earl Tatum, the two Williams brothers, Ray, and oh man, they were really outstanding. Gus was terrific. Mount Vernon's produced a lot of outstanding players. Scooter and Rodney McRae were special for Denny Crum. He loved them. This crowd is alive. I'll tell you one thing. It is a different atmosphere here.
Quick trigger, perfectly executed to Lamonte Turner off the inbound.
Well, Turner's one of those guys who gives you scoring. He can flat out score. 2 talented teams going head to head. A team, different kind of teams. One very athletic, one with lots of experience and a winner's mentality in the orange.
Step back for Mays. Williams rips away the rebounds with a couple of Bayou Bengals flanking him.
Well, Williams is a great position player. He gets good position, has good basketball IQ, knows his strengths and his weaknesses.
Stealing a foul calls, jumping the passing lane, and getting the steal with Javonte Smart. He was fouled by Bowden. Super Tuesday. Kicks off on ESPN at 7 Eastern from Blacksburg. Duke will take on Virginia Tech. And then it's a Big Ten battle between Wisconsin and Indiana. That is Super Tuesday. Both games on ESPN and the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere.
Tell you what, the biggest disappointment in college basketball has to be the Hoosiers in the end. Romeo Langford comes aboard. Everybody's excited. Morgan, a great player. I think they've lost. I may be wrong, but I think they've lost 11 of their last 12, maybe even 12 out of 13. I mean, it's hard to believe that with their talented team. I don't know what happened down there, but it has just been a very disappointing moment to many of the Hoosier fans.
That foul on Bowden, his second, and that put Tennessee over the limit.
You gotta like Smart. You gotta like just watching 5 minutes of the guy, and you can tell this guy's an athlete. There's no question to me that when you look at these 2 teams, LSU's a much more athletic team than Tennessee. Tennessee's a team that plays well together, has great understanding of what their strengths and weaknesses are, but pure athleticism, you got to give the edge to the Tigers.
Smart already has 7, and LSU's got the lead midway through the first half.
Well, we'll wait till before the game. We're going to make this a battle. Our guys are going to respond without Waters and play hard, and play with intensity and feel off the crowd.
Williams, just a little too strong. Skylar Mays has the rebound.
Had the shot he wanted. They're going to set some screens for this guy. Give him a little breathing room. He can attack off that bounce.
Palming the basketball called on Javonte Smart.
See, Javonte, no question, he carried it. Now, when he plays in the NBA, because he'll be an NBA player, he ain't going to have to worry about that. That is not going to be called. Now watch this right now. He brings the hand over the top. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
I'm not sure that looks a whole lot different than the way a lot of guys in college dribble the basketball.
Well, he did it twice, actually, there. Not once, but twice.
Pick your carry?
Yeah, absolutely.
Only one bucket in nearly 4 minutes for Tennessee, and yet they're only down by 2.
They don't have their rhythm on the offensive end like they had earlier this year.
Schofield, a mid-range jumper, is good.
I love the way he faces, understands how to square his body on a shot. They were scoring big earlier in the year. Then it went to look like, even the Vanderbilt game, it was their defense that got them that win. Feel bad for Coach Drew down at Vanderbilt, haven't won a game, lost the kid Garland, changed the whole complexion of their team.
Lavelle Bigby Williams across the lane. Old school skyhook won't go. Tapped around, and the follow is there for Emmett Williams.
Done a nice job up on the glass. Williams can score, man. He just knows how to score.
As Tennessee struggled offensively the last couple of games, shooting about 41%, when in the season they shoot 50%. And Grant Williams said after Kentucky, they were playing selfish on offense. He said, it's the most selfish I've seen us play. I talked to him yesterday, and he said, we know what we have to do offensively to be better. We have to stay together and play for each other. We can't start trying to play as individuals out there.
Well, they are number 2 in America in team field goal percentage. 16 times this season they have shot better than 50% from the field.
Well, they did a great job in the last 2 possessions. Bowden with that little jump shot, good execution and efficiency. Make the extra pass, get some movement.
5 to shoot for Smart. Javonte Smart gives it up. Straight away, Williams. Admiral Schofield clears.
Let's see him get good spacing here, come up with a good shot.
Another mid-range jumper. That one's not there for Bone.
Yeah, one of the strengths of LSU, getting up on the glass.
Smart off balance, hit the side of the backboard.
Where's the foul? He got bumped, no whistle.
Bone lost it, got it back.
Oh!
A turnover, Wade can't believe it.
Should have been a turnover. Should have been a turnover. Came back down with the ball.
Foul will be called on LSU underneath.
Well, Wade furious on the side.
Well, this place has a tradition of being really loud at times for basketball, and we'll take a look at some of that LSU tradition. One of Dick Vitale's favorite legends when we come back.
Bob, Dick.
All right, Chris, thanks very much. Well, 2 teams that are nowhere near the bubble, LSU and Tennessee. They're fighting it out for an SEC title. Tennessee, of course, they won a share of the SEC championship last season, and in their history, they have never won back-to-back league titles. As Schofield, a little too strong from 3, but the paramount to Jordan Bone.
Well, you know, LSU playing without Waters. Reed played the first 3 minutes, got in foul trouble, and they're here tied with an outstanding Tennessee team. They're going to feel pretty good about that.
Schofield mid-range, yes.
He's feeling it today. He's got the nice rhythm, taking the good shots. Their offense a little better now in the last 3-4 minutes, getting high percentage shots to the right guy shooting the ball.
A little zone from Tennessee.
Wow, you don't usually see that play in zone. That's where a guy like Waters missed too, because he can make that long-range jump shot.
At three won't go for Darius Days. Offensive rebound, Bigby Williams.
Boy, they really can offensive rebound. They really can.
Off balance, taking some contact and not getting the call on the drive was Marshall Graves.
That was a tough shot.
Schofield the other way. The Turner, that's short.
Shot selection so key. We often talk about it. Good teams take good shots. Tennessee's been taking good shots lately. Look at the zone. You got to get in the gap and see with that zone. You can drive the gap. A lot of guys think they're going to be stationary. You can see a little seaming gap. You drive that gap.
Or just shoot it. And connects. Marshall Graves hits a triple.
That's the way to break the zone. Shoot right over the top of the zone. Oh, these Tiger fans. I saw Mike today, the Tiger. Had a little fun with Mike, the Tiger. It's LSU, man. These people get after it. Football, basketball now, got the spirit here.
Bone pulls up. He's got another from the elbow.
I tell you, again, high percentage shot for him, square to body, good balance in releasing the ball, 14-foot shot.
Hayes for three. Bigby Williams tried to keep it alive, but tapped it right to Schofield.
See, I think a lot of times kids think the only way to beat the zone is shoot over the top of it. You can beat the zone by going inside and then using the interior guy as a passer to create better shots, high percentage shots.
Grant Williams only 1 for 4 from the field so far. Old school floater off the mark for Lamonte Turner. You think Grant Williams has touched the ball enough offensively for Tennessee?
Not at all, but you know, he's got to move and get position to want the ball too. He's got to want it. I think he's a very unselfish player, too unselfish at times.
Yeah, the leading scorer in the SEC only has 4 here in the first half, averages over 19 a game.
Well, they're doing a great job keeping the ball away from him too. Tell you one thing about Reed, he'll play the second half. He's a big-time second half player.
Darius Days hits.
These guys come off the bench. Days, Williams, Javonte Smart now starting. The guy comes off the bench. This is a talented team, man.
All 3 of those freshmen. Here's Williams, thought about a 3. Instead, drives it, and a blocking foul is called on Cavell Bigby Williams. That's his first. Talk about a living legend.
Wow.
Bob Pettit.
He was
Hall of Famer.
Something else, the way he shot the ball. He was terrific, Mr. Pettit.
Football puts 3 basketball players on the NBA top 50 of all time, but they do that here at LSU with Bob Pettit, Pistol Pete, and Shaq.
Wow. Pistol Pete averaged 44 points a game, went out to 3-point shot.
Right. That's amazing when you think about it. Well, you talked about, as Javonte Smartbanks won home, that Pistol Pete was James Harden before James Harden.
Oh, he was.
For anybody that doesn't remember him.
Everybody stood around, took pictures. He was like going to a concert. You want to watch him. Go see a Springsteen concert.
Fulkerson gives it up to Williams.
Williams right there. Alfonso was right talking about they did a great job keeping the ball away from Williams, but right there, Fulkerson. Fulkerson's played only a couple of minutes, and he's made some good plays. Made a great tip, and there he is with the pass on the penetration, and he gives it to the All-American.
To shoot. Javonte Smart, NBA range, off the front rim. That was a possession where it looked like LSU missed Tremont Waters.
Really bad possession right there by LSU.
Schofield. You know, that's the shot all of analytics tells you not to take, and yet Admiral Schofield keeps on knocking down long twos.
Too much analytics right there. Schofield with the big shot. You know, you talked about Maravich, they're going to have finally a statue out front. Statue to celebrate his 50 years of breaking every record and scoring 3,000 points better than 3,000.
Papa Shoes and Dick Vitale. Allison Williams, a big game at the top of the SEC standings between LSU and Tennessee, and it has been back and forth throughout the first half. Again, the Bayou Bengals playing without their best player, Tremont Waters. So Javonte Smart has run the offense, and it's down to 5 to shoot again.
Also, Reed.
Hayes from the corner. Schofield's got the rebound. Here comes Lamonte Turner. Gives it up, swooping to the goal. is Jordan Bowden, and he draws the foul.
Last two possessions really not good for LSU. They're going up the other way.
You mentioned you're not a big fan of analytics.
No,
You know who is? Will Wade.
Well,
He's got some folks, he says, out on the West Coast that crunch the numbers for him. He's only 35, so he's got more than the abacus on his desk. He likes to crunch those numbers.
No, I think analytics definitely can help. There's no question about it. It's been proven in all sports. But I think sometimes he gets a little too carried away with some of that. But I could agree with him right there. But I'll tell you one thing he's going to be concerned right now is getting a little separation here in the last 2 minutes with Tennessee.
Well, according to our own BPI on ESPN.com, they still favor Tennessee heavily to win the regular season, but they favor Kentucky just slightly. Almost a dead heat between they and Tennessee in the SEC tournament analytics.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, they win this game here on the road certainly against a good LSU team. They're in great shape because the next game is at home with Kentucky and down in Knoxville. And I'll tell you this, they're going to play in that game with a chip on their shoulder. Kentucky's going to need their A+ game to beat them in Knoxville. This possession kind of big right here for LSU. They've been coming up empty the last 3 possessions.
Oh, Smart lost his footing and ball the other way. Wilkerson will back it out. Williams thought about a 3 again and passed it up. Schofield, great ball movement to Bone.
Did a tremendous job. You're right, Bob. They swung the ball side to side. Good possession. It just came up empty. Let's signal, get a little motion on offense. Let's not be stationary. A little exchange up on top.
Somehow the pass found its way to the corner, but Darius Days couldn't hit it.
They haven't scored for the last few minutes.
In the final minute of the first half. And a timeout will be called by Tennessee. So they will call the one they can't take with them to the second half. And it's a 5-point lead for the Vols.
Take a look right now. He's going to drive to the goal. He goes down hard. Wow, slipped right there, no question. But he didn't blow a tire like Zion did.
He's about 100 pounds lighter than Zion. That makes a difference. And Duke and Syracuse, our blockbuster later on tonight at 6 Eastern at the Carrier Dome.
Well, when they beat him last time, Syracuse beat Duke. Trey Jones was injured and also played without. People forget Cam Reddish didn't play in that game either. And you know, in a situation now, you get a chance to prepare without a star player in the case of Duke. Did not have that opportunity. Well, let's not take anything away from North Carolina. May was absolutely sensational in that game. Their defense was tough. And I'm not all convinced the way Duke shot the 3. They're 8 for 39. They wouldn't take 39 if Zion was on the floor. But I'm not convinced that automatically meant that they would have won that game, Duke.
Grant Williams to the front of the rim as that play worked to perfection for Tennessee off the timeout. But Williams couldn't convert.
They got to go into the score here to get themselves mentally a little back into it. They've lost a little of their rhythm, LSU.
It's an over 3-minute drought for LSU. They have not scored in about 3 minutes and 10 seconds. About a 6-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Shot clock down 2-6. Smart for 3. The long rebounds run down by Bone. And he simply loses control and steps on the sideline as he came together with Skylar Mays. No foul called, and Mays a little slow to get up.
Tell you one thing, the zone really, the adjustment, Barnes going from the man to the zone has really bothered them a little bit, taking away some of that athleticism. Look at this hustle right here. Look at this hustle. Wow.
The officials called that a play on. Bone stepped on the sideline, so now LSU with 7.9 to go, a chance to take the final shot of the half. And here is Mays.
He's looking for that
Creates
shot.
space, can't hit the 3. And it will be a 5-point lead for Tennessee at halftime.
I think the zone has really negated the athleticism of LSU. I think it's a smart decision by Rick Barnes, and it's really given it a lift. There's Smart stepping in for Tremont Waters. Should have a good second half.
And let's head over to Allison.
Coach Barnes, what did you do better at the end of the half defensively to disrupt LSU's rhythm?
Well, we went zone for a little bit just to break the rhythm. Then I thought we did a little bit better job staying in front of the ball. They were just beating us off the dribble too much early.
Biggest takeaway offensively, are there some things you need to do to get Williams more involved?
Well, yeah, he needs to make that last basket for one. I mean, we ran a play for him. He can't shoot an air ball from 3 feet, but he's got to want the ball in his space. And but again, we don't have to just go to him, but we do want to get it to him earlier than we did today.
Rick, thank you.
He's right. You got to make the shot. He got you the ball. You got to make the shot, Bob.
I drew up the play. Grant's got to make the shot. For Chris and crew back in the studio, the halftime report. Chris, save us.
In front, Cabal! Don't go jump up and get the ball on rebounds. Just go be ball getters. Go get that ball. They're shoving us a little bit. Just go get the ball. Go grab the ball.
Well, Will Wade's team had some early foul trouble to deal with, and that is something that he knows they have to take care of in the second half. He spoke with Allison a moment ago.
Coach Wade, you said this was a 15-round fight. What round are we in now?
We're about halfway through, so we've got to do a better job of getting the ball inside. We didn't get the ball in the paint as much as we need to. We settled for a lot of threes, 16 threes on 28 shots. Got to stir the defense up, get the ball inside. Now, their defense has a lot to do with it. They got a great team, and they're very, very physical.
How do you think they've managed without Waters out there?
I think we've done a good job. You know, we only turned the ball over 3 times. You just have to play a little bit differently. Bigger problem than that is not having Naz Reid out there. We were going to play through him the entire game. He's our, those are our 2 best guys, and we're going to play through him, and then he gets the 2 fouls, and he only plays 4 minutes, so that really hurt us.
Well, thank you so much. Ding ding, round 8, let's go.
Let's go indeed. That's Allison Williams. I'm Bob Wischusen here with Dick Vitale, set for the start of the second half. And you made mention just a moment ago as we were coming back, the key you thought to the second half might be the gentleman with the basketball that just had it blocked, Naz Reid.
Well, Reid's had some big second half games. They were down 8 against Kentucky at the half, and he played really well in that second half. They've shot the ball so poorly. To be only down 5, shooting the way they did, 25% from the 3, 32% from the field. I'll tell you one thing, they can't let this get away now. Tennessee's veterans and experience starting to show. They played great defensively, and they're doing a good job now executing offensively.
Admiral Schofield, the only player in the game in double figures, and he's got 15.
Well, guys, we know LSU is without Tremont Waters, their point guard. Now point guard Jordan Bone dealing with an illness as well. He remained in the locker room for a bit. He is out on the bench, but he is questionable to return to this game. I'm told it is an illness that's keeping him out, but I did see when he left at the half, he was holding his right hand.
So both teams now without their starting point guards.
Yeah, well, we got our starter in Allison. She's all over it, man, all over it. Right now, I think it's getting a little danger time here for the Tigers. They're going to go to a little pressure, put the big guy up at the point. Half-court pressure, they break it very easily, Tennessee. Good spacing. So well coached. Rick Barnes' clubs, always organized.
Now they go inside to Williams. A little too strong. He was looking for a foul call.
They got to do something offensively, LSU. They've really been stymied since the last 5 minutes and a half and early here in this second half. The guy's got to be Reid. Reid on the interior has got to give him some point production. He's got to take the ball to the basket with authority.
Well, that's the 3rd time they've gone down low to him. This time he sets up Smart, who tosses up an air ball.
Wow. He's got to take the ball and go to the basket with authority, Reid. I mean, they've been able to hang with him, and Williams has not gotten started.
Schofield hit the backboard first for 3. Dante Smart gives it up, and foul called on the floor before Marlon Taylor was able to put the shot up. So it's a 7-point lead for Tennessee. This game, you said, has been stagnant offensively for LSU. Without Tremont Waters, what has to happen for them to get a little bit more into a flow?
Well, it's got to be Reid. Reid's the catalyst. He's the guy with the ball right now. Capable of shooting threes, but he's very effective on the inside. A 5-star player, McDonald's All-American. He's had a big year for them as a freshman.
Nice shot fake by Mays, and he will go to the free throw line as LSU has missed 15 of their last 19 shots from the field. And speaking of missing, here are the numbers for a guy that's in the conversation for SEC Player of the Year, Tremont Waters.
Not only the numbers, you look at the numbers, they're so impressive, Bob, but you got to think about the space also. When he's on the floor, he draws a lot of attention and creates angles and spacing for the other players. I mean, he's a major, major loss, no doubt about it. But I like their attitude. Their attitude before the game was, we just got to raise our game and play everybody step up. He's sick, and they really miss him.
Well, that illness didn't keep Jordan Bone on the sideline for long. as he is back in the game only 2 minutes into the second half.
There's that pressure. Big guy up on top to try and take away passing ability to reverse the ball.
And there's the three for Lamonte Turner.
Well, Turner stepped right in the gap of that 1-3-1 press they went to. You know, Turner, Bone, Bowden, they're veteran players. They got winner's mentality.
And now they get the takeaway. Here comes Bone accelerating. Schofield's the trailer, and Bone will reset.
So I think Williams got to be more aggressive to want the ball.
He's going to go at Naz Reid. Fades away. No. Tipped out of bounds off Cavell Bigby Williams, so it stays with the Vols.
Tell you right now, LSU's got to find a way to score. They are really in a drought. Shooting the ball poorly. It's got the crowd quiet now. This crowd was all really juiced up, ready to come alive like you could not believe. But they need a little help from their players on the floor. Patience, good execution, good efficiency.
Schofield. A little too strong on the fadeaway.
Alec Mays is capable of hitting the three.
He's got 9.
Let's see what Reid does with the ball. He's got to cut a little angle. They're going to try and get some help. Cut off his driving angle.
Mays with a drive. Can't finish, but there's the follow by Bigby Williams.
That's one of their strengths offensively. Offensive rebounding. Get on the glass. Use their athleticism. They got to get a lift out here. They got to get fired up, man, and play. This is a big, big game.
Williams. In and out.
He's quiet today. He had a great shot right there. Oh, look at him run the court. That'll get the crowd going. Oh, Robert, here goes the crowd. Tiger fans in it. A TO call.
And Rick Barnes says, whoa, too much, Robert. We got to call timeout as LSU has cut the lead to 5, and they've got the crowd back in the game.
They did this against Kentucky. They were down 8-9 against them, came back. They had a little help with Waters and company. There you are in the offensive boards again. And look at this, they run in transition. Poor job. Rick Barnes got to be upset. Tennessee did not get back defensively. That's a no-no.
Revenge against Syracuse at the Carrier Dome, so that is part of Rivalry Week later on tonight on ESPN. And then after we are done at 6 p.m. with the Sonic blockbuster between Duke and Syracuse, we head to Lubbock for Kansas, Texas Tech in a game that may end up determining the Big 12 title. Who knows? You can always watch live on the ESPN app as well.
I like Texas Tech in that game. I really do. Kansas 2-6 on the road. I know they're getting a little healthier than they were. And Bill Self's done a great job patching players. Dotson's been sensational, but I like Tech.
See what Tennessee gets out of the timeout. Grant Williams sets up Bone. And he buries the 3.
That's created by the presence of Williams on the floor. They double up on him. He spots the open man. He goes over the top of the defense and a big basket.
Averages 19 points, nearly 8 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game as well.
See,
he got one there.
They're trying to get him one-on-one against Williams inside. Reid versus Williams down in the post.
Instead, they reverse it. And now a deep NBA 3 is buried by Darius Days. He's got 9.
Days hit a couple of those big threes in this game off the bench. That gives you a little momentum. Gets the crowd into it. Now they're going to come up with some defensive stops. Tell you one thing all year LSU has shown, they can go behind and come back from being behind.
Bone again. It's a 3 again.
I thought he was hurt. I thought he was hurt.
I thought he was sick.
I thought he was sick. I thought it was his hand. I thought he was hurt. Oh, yeah? He's saying, Coach, I'm ready to play, man. He's unbelievable when you think about it. He's 6.4 assists per game, ranks 17 nationally, 3rd in the SEC. He's on the Bob Cousy point guard list.
He's one of the finalists, one of the last 10.
Cousy was so special.
Bigby Williams double team. Hayes from the corner. Yes, a 3.
Tell you, every time they're coming up with a score on this end, they're answering them now, LSU, but they haven't been able to negate them defensively. Look at the crowd. They are so fired up here. What a hoops hysteria today for all you basketball fans. Think about all the great games today, Bob. It's unbelievable.
8 to shoot. Schofield.
He's been tough all
From
day.
the elbow. He's got another mid-range two.
He's been tough all day, shooting just great balance, great follow-through, squares the body well. They had no answer so far for Schofield.
Naz Reid spins on Williams. Good hands by Williams to knock it out.
Jordan Bone said he learned mental toughness from Coach Barnes, physical toughness from his older brothers. He is showing both, not feeling well, but it's not stopping him. 6 points already in the second half.
Available at participating restaurants now.
Bob Shoes and Dick Vitale. Allison Williams back in Baton Rouge. The perfect form of a legend.
Oh, he was a legend. There's no question about Bob Pettit. They've had a few legends over here. They really have. There it is, baby.
Speaking of legends, you've got them, the Mount Rushmore of college basketball, and your book right now available, autographed copies. How do people get it, and where do the proceeds go?
Well, proceeds go to the V Foundation for Kids Battling Cancer, and you can get it. Just go to dickvitaleonline.com, get an autographed copy, and if you just want a book with no autograph, go to amazon.com. Every dollar goes for kids.
Reid.
They're going to find a way to score. That's a nice drive right there. Smart with that good athleticism to the right in the gap, but they haven't been able to contain Tennessee, especially haven't contained Schofield. Schofield's had a field day.
And here he is on the curl, drawing a foul here. As Grant Williams is on the bench, but the star has been Admiral Schofield. He's got 17 of Tennessee's 49.
As look at Shaq in my book, one of the all Windex guys, along with Karl Malone during my era, my 40 years, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Xavier McDaniel. A lot of people don't know that name, man. Wichita State, he was incredible on the glass.
Talking about the X-Man, the X-Factor goes to the bench as Schofield sits down. Jordan Bone on the bench as well. Bowden in the game in the backcourt with Turner.
Well, maybe
and Grant Williams back in.
Take a little advantage of Schofield out of the game. That means Williams got to step up. He's been contained thus far. Oh, there, good position right there. Good double up, though.
Williams fades away. No good.
Made him take a tough shot. Made him turn away, as you said, Bob.
Out of bounds off Yves Pons.
He's
2 for 10 from the field for Grant Williams.
That's 20%. I can even figure that out.
That's pretty good.
Like me. Yeah, 2 for 10, 20%.
You did that math fast.
All right, now let's see what they do offensively. These young kids are talented, smart. Reid, see Reid that round. He goes at Williams, little one-on-one.
Still can't get it to go.
Can't go down. Either guy, either big guy is able to convert. Had the shot he wanted. He had the shot he wanted.
Reid still hasn't scored.
Yep, he's 0 for 4. That usually only happens in baseball. Think about Williams, though. He doesn't take bad shots. He stays within the offense. Oh, he lost the ball there. Oh, he got fouled.
And then commits the foul as he jumped right into Darius Days. And Williams shaken up.
He looked frustrated right now. I tell you, it looked like he was a lock to win Player of the Year. I'm telling you, not a lock anymore with the young guy down in Kentucky. What Washington's doing, unbelievable what Washington's doing. If he outplays Williams, ooh, I don't know about that one there.
So not only did they call a blocking foul on Williams, but they did not catch the elbow of Darius Days. But now they are going to go over to the monitor and take a look at the Days elbow that caught Williams.
You know, if Washington outplays Williams down in Knoxville and they win that game, Kentucky, you got to say that Washington's got to be the Player of the Year. I mean, it's been automatic, everybody. The way that the season started with Grant Williams. Oh, look at that. Look at that elbow.
Yeah, that has to be a foul on Darius Days.
I think so. Look at the elbow.
They called a block on Williams. Williams didn't touch him. It was just the elbow of Days that caught Grant Williams.
See, he doesn't have the angle. The referee looks for the body, and the body of Williams made contact, but that elbow came up. That elbow happened first, I believe.
So what could turn out to be a very popular decision here at the Maravich Center in a moment when the officials take these headsets off. If they turn around, and who knows, maybe they stick Darius Days with a flagrant one.
I don't think it was intentional. I think he just had the ball swung. It was real close, though,
If
really
you bring
close.
that elbow up and you catch an opponent in the jaw, there's a pretty good chance they're going to come away with a flagrant one. Not a flagrant two, but a flagrant one.
And here we go again. Stop the flow of games. Why not human error? He made a mistake, and then the last 2 minutes, you play the game, and you go to the monitor as many times as you want. But this game's on a line. I mean, go some popcorn. Maybe I could run to the mention. You know, I didn't go at halftime. I couldn't get through the crowd here with pictures and all that jazz. And you went and you left me alone.
Well,
I was in trouble. I mean, can I run now and you take the game?
Yeah, I'm not nearly as popular as you are. And that was a little peek behind the curtain the audience probably didn't need.
Wow. Yeah. He's my man. We do things together. We're partners.
Not that.
Look at his delay. How long does it take you to make a decision? Come on.
This might be some bad news for the crowd here at the Maravich Center. We're about to get the call.
Common foul is going to stay on Grant Williams. After the common foul, we have a game ball contact technical. It'll be 2 shots Tennessee. Tennessee ball out.
So here goes what I would call a great political call. Foul is called, common foul on Williams with the bump. And then after that, dead ball, contact, and a technical 2 shots.
That'll be 2 shots in the ball, though, for Tennessee. So Williams' foul stays enforced, but Tennessee is going to get 2 shots and the ball. And you'll probably listen to the reaction in the background when the crowd finds out what's about to happen. They're not going to be happy, but it's certainly the right call. That is a foul on Darius Days.
Well, it is definitely a foul, but I don't think they have the bump on Williams because I think that took precedence first. Will Wade better watch out. He don't get slapped with a tape. I knew this crowd. You knew they were going to explode. Was 0 for 2. 0 for 2. Credit this crowd a little bit for that, too. Credit this crowd. 6 man alive here at LSU. Look at that bench. Look at the assistant coach. Are they animated? Are they animated? Will Wade could possibly put himself in jeopardy for a technical. And the referee should not be having conversations there. Play the game. Play the game. Let's see if this elevates their defense.
And they get the turnover.
There's fire in the eyes now on an LSU team. The veterans here, Tennessee got to step up.
5-point game, 12 minutes to go. They got Eve Pons with that foul. Things off here in Baton Rouge. Tennessee and LSU, 2 top 13 teams atop the SEC standings. Then it's Florida State and North Carolina, ranked against ranked. The blockbuster between Duke and Syracuse, Kansas and Texas Tech. The back half of our doubleheader tonight with a piece of the Big 12 title potentially on the line. Coast-to-coast lay-in by Skylar Mays.
That was an Eastern Euro step, huh? Oh, wow, what a drive. We got a good one, Robert. We got a good one here.
That's Vic Vitale. I'm Bob Wischusen. Allison Williams with us here as well. 1-possession game at the Maravich Center.
Tennessee needs Grant Williams to show why he was player of the year right now. He's going to take charge a little bit down in that post.
Turner can't quiet the crowd. The tip up, loose. Schofield emerges and draws a foul.
What a day for Schofield. Schofield's been such a difference maker here today. Take a look at Mr. Mays right here. Look at that, Easton. Some will say walk, walk. But I don't see it.
Good move.
Yeah, very good move.
So Skylar Mays finishes. Darius Days, though, just picked up his 3rd personal foul.
Gave him a second opportunity there. Let him come up with that rebound. Schofield's been a difference right here. He got hit.
Draws a foul. That's the 4th on Days.
They can't stop Schofield. That's the whole difference here thus far. They have no one to stop Schofield. Really does a quick release on that jumper. Great rotation, great balance. He's having a super day. His buddy's been very quiet, but he's been like an assassin on that court.
And Grant Williams and Admiral Schofield both made the late season top 20 for the Wooden Award. And Schofield, one of the finalists for the Julius Erving Small Forward Award as well, one of the last 10 on that list. So he has had a magnificent senior season.
Well, a lot of guys on that list, 20 qualified players, but there's one guy, the face of college basketball, that's got a great shot to win that, by the name of Zion. Again, for people just joining us, no Waters to start out playing today. Reed gets in foul trouble early. They're down 5 against a really outstanding Tennessee team.
Reed still hasn't scored. Shot fake here, leans in, still can't get one to go. Kept alive on the offensive glass and saved by Marlon Taylor, but Schofield stole it.
Yeah, that's a tough shot right there for Reed. I mean, he was off balance.
Bowden doesn't get the roll. Grant Williams on the offensive glass. Missed the bunny and Reed's got it.
Oh, he's having a tough afternoon. Knowing when to get the ball in the post is important. And they don't know. They get their heads down, dribble it. Got to move the ball.
Devontae Smart fouled.
We watch a little imitation there of Mr. Harden. Bounce, 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 bounce. Everybody else get the camera out and take pictures. That's what Mr. Smart's doing. He's affected a lot now, James Harden, with his style of play.
Let's check in with Allison.
Well, speaking of taking pictures, you know, Dick just showed us the good baseline courtside at a women's basketball game. He's got an interest in photography, so he reached out to the athletic department and said, hey, can you hook me up and show me a thing or two about taking some photographs? Here he is courtside at a women's game. Very cool, right? I heard in the first half, you know, focus, guys, it can be tough for athletes. First half, a little blurry. Second half, though, the shots were on point.
Hey, one thing.
He's a Renaissance man.
Yeah, he may have a career in that.
I think he might have a career in something else.
Yeah, he'll make a little more money in the career than something else.
Doing this.
A little more money playing the round ball game. Hey, photos by the Hamner. Sloppy possession. Rick Barnes, empty possession, not happy. Not happy. Losing a little bit of their poise. Veteran team. They used to playing on the road. Won the SEC regular season last year.
Pretty clean game, though. Only 13 turnovers combined between the two teams. And we're midway through the second half.
Let's see if they get a little screen up top for Smart. They got to get Reed. Reed's got to get on the board, get a little confidence. This guy right there, he had the layup and he doesn't convert.
Skylar Mays missed the reverse. Out the other way. Bullets a pass underneath and the finish by Kyle Alexander.
Alexander, shot blocker, running the court, beats LSU down the court and gets himself a layup. Not seeing many transition baskets.
Devontae Smart can't get the roll.
I think they're not patient enough. Not patient enough and taking some really, that's a tough shot there by Smart. Rick Barnes, the orchestra leader there on the sideline.
10 to shoot. Turner with a head fake. 5 on the shot clock. Bone fumbled it. Here comes Marlon.
Oh,
and that's an intentional foul called on Jordan Bone.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Clear path for Marlon Taylor.
Gonna make him make free throws. Here comes the turnover, and here comes the grab. Here comes the tackle. Wow, Tennessee's looking for some linebackers. Coach Pruitt, they have a pretty good recruiting class coming in. Former LSU coaches in the house, John Brady, working a little bit. Took the team to the Final Four. And they had Tyrus Thomas back in 2002. Dale Brown in the house. came to visit us, this court should be named after Dale Brown. There's no doubt about it. What he achieved here to create basketball excitement, the Pete Maravich Assembly Hall, the basketball floor should be the Dale Brown court.
Let's take you to who is made of more, brought to you by Guinness. We showed you the Renaissance man. That is Admiral Schofield, and he is made of nothing but buckets today. 8 of 13 from the field. He leads all scorers with 19.
You know, 19 out of 53. We're not talking 19 scoring 80. It's a big percentage.
This feels like a huge possession, though, for LSU. When you get 2 in the ball, Skylar Mays knocked the free throws down. Can they make this a one-possession game? The finger roll, nothing! What the follow is for Emmett Williams.
Emmett Williams, I think that guy should have more playing time. He makes things happen when he comes on the floor. He was a terrific high school player. Look at the crowd. Everybody excited here in LSU land.
Quieting the crowd is Kyle Alexander.
He's been real quiet the entire game. The last 2 possessions, he comes up with his score. Says, you know, Grant's not scoring inside. Give me the ball. I'll turn a little jump hook over the left shoulder.
Those are his only 2 baskets of the game. He's got 4 points, but all 4 big momentum swinging baskets. Hayes hangs. Can't hit it, but he'll shoot 2 more.
He has come up so close on drives. I can see about 4 or 5 drives that he's been right there and not able to convert. They're not easy drives. I mean, they're not easy layups.
And that's the 3rd foul on Jordan Bone. Hayes has 17 in this week's NBA Saturday primetime game. Presented by HyperX Gaming, features a Western Conference showdown, Rockets-Warriors. Coverage tips off with NBA Countdown at 8 Eastern on ABC. You can always watch on the ESPN app from anywhere.
You watch a little Pete Maravich there with James Harden. Let's face reality, James is a terrific player. No question. He's worth a price of admission. But a lot of guys try to emulate him, don't have his skills and ability.
Schofield. He hits another. What a game for Admiral Schofield.
There's no question who's the PT period today. The primetime performer, solid goal, the Admiral. Brother was a heck of a football player.
Taylor with a jump stop, fouled on a reach-in. So Marlon Taylor will shoot free throws when we come back. 5-point game. Let's check in with Chris Cotter.
Okay, Bob, let's check in with what's going on with Virginia and Louisville. Cardinals had the lead at the half, but they've gone stone cold here in the second half. DeAndre Hunter ain't cold. That 3 gives him a career-high 26 points in this game, so Virginia's taking the lead in that one. Anthony Cowan Jr. and the Terps coming up against Ohio State right here on ESPN. They'll tip in 22 minutes. Back with more after this.
Having fun in the student section.
Well, I'm going to go up there and dance, man. You ever seen my moves, man?
Yeah,
I'm going to go up there and a little dance.
And I would be the girl going, just look away. Yeah, I'm going to look away now. Jordan Bone, by the way, just picked up his 4th personal foul. So that is something we'll have to follow through the rest of this game. If this goes to overtime, that could be big trouble for Tennessee as Bone is now on the bench. He had no fouls at halftime. All 4 of his fouls here in the second half as Marlon Taylor at the free throw line trying to make this a 1-possession game again.
That could all be because, as Allison said, the battle he had with a little illness there. That could have played a part in getting in foul trouble. I'll tell you one thing, though, but they got 3 guys that can run with Turner. You don't miss a whole lot with Turner and Bowden or Bone. What a game by Schofield here today. Just feeling it. Just feeling it.
He's
Why not?
Try again.
Why not?
And connect
Why
again.
not?
He is unconscious.
He is feeling it. He's one of the premier players in America. He's having that kind of game on the road. He's carrying his club right now. He's been such a difference maker in this game.
12 of his 25 here in the second half.
All right, Dick, you said Admiral Schofield is feeling it today. He was feeling it in warm-ups as well. This has become the kind of Tennessee tradition. It's how they finish their warm-ups. They call finish it off. It's a different guy every game, and today it was Admiral Schofield slamming it down at the finish there. They love it. It's called like one flies, we all fly. They all go up with whoever's going to finish them off for warm-ups, and today it was Admiral Schofield, and he's carried that right into the game.
He really has, Allison. He's just playing sensational basketball. He went through a little slide there in the middle of the year, had a couple of bad games, but there was no doubt in Rick Barnes' mind he'll be back. He's that kind of kid. Comes from great situation at home. His brother, 7 years in the NFL, won a Super Bowl. Outstanding linebacker. You know more about football than I do, so you probably called the game his brother played in.
I called some of his games in college, as he was an outstanding player at Wisconsin before playing in the NFL. And now a foul called on Bigby Williams going after the rebound of the free throw miss.
That's silly there. Giving them points, stopping the clock.
That's the second on Bigby Williams. By the way, the foul that put LSU at the line was called on Jordan Bowden. That's his fourth. So now Bowden and Bone both on the bench, both with 4 for Tennessee.
Well, they'll rotate with the guy coming out the last 7 minutes of the game.
Look at all the attention Schofield's getting. Why not?
He's had one of the great performances since he's been at Tennessee.
Alexander for 3, yes!
Wow, where has he come from, this guy? He was quiet the whole game. Then he scores 2 on the interior, and now he steps out and then nails a 3, and he's a shot blocker. That was a big, big score right there for the Vols. They go to his zone. They go to his zone.
Coming up short on the jumper was Marlon Taylor.
See, I think the zone is good to utilize here because without Waters on the floor, they really eliminated their perimeter shooting ability. And Reed not having a good game. He's a guy that could make threes, but he's just not able to score. Got off to a bad start with 2 quick fouls.
Schofield in the corner, 7 to shoot. He's going to go to work again. This time they've got him for an offensive foul. Marlon Taylor draws the charge, and Will Wade wired for sound today. Let's listen in.
Hey, just stay tough. Stay tough. I like it. Keep hitting them. We got to keep getting stops. We got to go to the rim and finish. Go to the rim and finish. You're good. Hey, you're getting great looks. They're going to fall. Getting great looks. Keep going, bro.
They're all trying to encourage Naz Reid, who hasn't been able to score today.
I like being positive. They're going to fall. They're going to fall. Go to the hole. There he is going to the hole. They're going to fall. The coach is a prophet. He was right. Hey, Will Wade, a prophet. That wasn't scripted, by the way. That's the beauty of sports. You never know what is going to happen. He talks about it, and it becomes a reality.
Who would try to script you?
Now let's see if they come up with a stop.
Schofield for 3. In and out. An offensive rebound for Alexander. That 3 won't go. Another offensive rebound for Williams and a reset for the Vols.
That's got to be frustration for the Tiger fans. They're normally a good rebounding team. You're giving a team like Tennessee, who won 19 in a row, 3 opportunities.
And now Williams fouled running the baseline as he was trying to fight his way past Emmett Williams. So Grant Williams draws the foul.
Really,
that's the 3rd on Emmett Williams.
Really a bad minute there by LSU.
That was the last foul to give for LSU. They now have 16 fouls. Schofield. Rebound pulled down by Javonte Smart.
Smart showed his athletic ability right there to snare that rebound.
Head fake goes to the goal, and it's swatted by Alexander.
Alexander's been such a plus here for Tennessee in the second half. I mean, he makes the big 3.
Schofield might be hurt. Schofield went down and was holding his left knee. And now he's going to get up with a little bit of a limp and see if he can walk it off. And he just got collapsed as he came together with Darius Days going after that loose ball.
They got a mismatch inside. You got to get the ball the read now, and he's got to show his ability. This is a 5-star player. I think he's been empty so far. Has not scored, has he not?
Has not scored. He is 0 for 5 from the field. And now Schofield, with a little bit of a limp, goes to the bench. Jordan Bowden back in with 4 fouls. Javonte Smart hits a 3. 17 for Smart, 4-point game, and LSU gets the quick timeout.
You gotta like his ability. You gotta like his talent. He created space with a nice little ball fake for you young kids. Watch the ball fake right here. Catches the ball. There's the little ball fake here. Then he switches here. Then he's got a ball fake right here. You can see that created space. That fake there created space. Kids utilize it. Utilize it. Harden does that really well.
You can catch SportsCenter later on tonight after BYU Gonzaga with Steve Levy and Zubin Mehenti. They'll have a full recap of Rockets Warriors, the streak on the line. Plus, Dave Billis's takeaways from Duke Syracuse. Highlights with reaction of Tigers' third round, the WGC in Mexico City going on. And you got Dustin Johnson entering the weekend with the lead. So big-time golf, big-time college basketball after big-time NBA SportsCenter. Midnight tonight, ESPN and the ESPN app.
You know, Bob, you mentioned Gonzaga there. They got a big win over Gonzaga, Tennessee. A big win. They beat Louisville, beat Alabama, Florida. Florida's playing really well now. Mike White's got them playing when they're going to be in the tournament. Schofield getting worked on. I mean, they had that win over Alabama at Alabama, then had the win right here. Kid Allen came up big, and if they get Hudson going, Mike White's teams, they got LSU coming to Gainesville. That's going to be a tough game for LSU.
Schofield out of the game.
Well, that means that Williams got to step up. He's been so quiet, but he's passed the ball well.
He grabs the ball after the shot block, caught under the basket and throws it right to Javonte Smart.
They got Reed, throw the ball, missed the lob, should have thrown the lob.
A little delay, and uses the window to make it a 2-point game.
We're seeing the making of a heck of a player here in Javonte Smart. He has stepped up. No Tremont Waters. Smart has stepped up. Oh, the LSU Tiger faithful going wacky. I can't remember them leading. You?
Five to shoot for Turner. Williams from the corner with a shot fake. Mid-range 2. Draws the foul. Which one you like the best?
Wow, look at these here. Boy, you got to like right now. Look at that 23 and 4. I give something about guys with W's, man. And I hope they reward the mid-majors. And I want to hear about quad ones.
So you want Wofford in the tournament over Alabama or LSU?
Well, you know, Wofford really has had a great year. And, you know, a lot of these teams in the big elite conferences, they get an opportunity to play so many quad 1 teams. A team like Wofford doesn't get that opportunity.
Well, our BPI gives them a lot of respect, has them as a top 25 team. Their strength of schedule not even in the top 100 as Williams goes to the free throw line. This is only his 3rd trip to the line today as he is 2 of 11 from the field, 7 points in the game.
Yeah, real quiet. You know, Alabama's going to have a chance now to win some big games and get themselves into that tournament. They've been a little bit of a slide. That's the opportunity you get when you're in elite conferences, and obviously the SEC is an elite power conference. You're going to get a chance to play quality big-time games.
Rick Barnes telling his team during this last timeout, we do not have any more turnovers, and we have to get defensive stops, which they were just unable to do there. He also told them offensively to work that clock, take some time offensively. He felt like without Bone, the guards were just looking to do too much. They need to play within the system. And his final message, he said, no matter what, you absolutely must defensive rebound.
Well, no chance for a defensive rebound if you give up an uncontested layup, which his team just did. How about Williams? Working the offensive glass, ripped it away from Bigby Williams.
And here's the guy who goes to the foul line. He's really great on our free throw line. On the other side, somebody better make a smart move and stop Mr. Smart. He's showing star ability here. Look at his drive to the goal. He goes right to the basket. I mean, he has been unbelievable.
It's a new career high for Javonte Smart.
He's got all the reactions.
He's got 21.
I guess you get 21, you can do that.
Now, Darius Days, who has hit a couple of big threes for LSU, he committed that last foul, and he becomes the first player to foul out.
He's the one guy you don't want to put in a free throw line, is Williams. Williams so effective at crunch time, on the line. What a career he's had thus far at Tennessee. Leader so far for Player of the Year with a strong run being made by P.J. Washington. And look at this, he jinxed him again. That's unbelievable.
That one wasn't me. That was
me.
you.
That was me. It's unbelievable. You brag about a kid, you look at his numbers. I credit this crowd for some of this. I really do.
Three-point game, under 3 to go.
Now, Mr. Smart wants the rock, man. He wants the rock. He is showing his great ability coming out of high school, where he's one of the outstanding performers ever here in Baton Rouge. Look at him ready to go. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? What are we watching here? What are we watching? Javonte Smart, look at the emotion, the passion. Oh, we are seeing a kid very explosive, dynamic, scintillating. He's the 3S man like you, Robert. Super scintillating, sensational. Look at this right here. He beats one guy, beats two guys, beats three, and goes right to the goal. Wow. First place at stake, SEC. Remember, if LSU wins, it's a three-way tie.
Williams hammered, and he will shoot two.
Tell you one thing, he's showing that he wants the ball late. He's working a lot harder now to get free.
And he is
Grant
banged
Williams
up after taking contact. Cavell Bigby Williams called for the foul. That's his third.
And Williams, a shot blocker. Look at him spread that body. Gets really wide. Oh, wow, wow.
That's whiplash on the landing for Grant Williams.
Oh, wow. You know, but if you were to ask Coach Wade, coming into this game, to get 0 points because Waters not playing, 0 points from Naz Reid, and you're in a battle like this down the wire, I think you'd be shocked. Comes Reid back.
Emmett Williams will come in and replace Cavell Bigby Williams.
Emmett Williams, a guy with ability. He's got talent. He's smart. He's a little diaper dandy, man. Freshman Reid.
Two at the line for Grant Williams.
Let's see if Mr. Smart wants to take it over again. He's got to make sure he takes a good shot now as he's feeling it. See if they can stay in front of him. They have not been able to stay in front of him.
That time, wildly out of control, hit the side of the backboard on a pass attempt.
You could almost expect that was going to happen. And he was feeling it such that he thought he could do anything.
And now Rick Barnes wants a timeout.
Wow. They wanted a foul call. These people upset. Let's see the experience now of Tennessee down the stretch on the road. What a great finish we should have here.
Tennessee is 5-1 in the SEC on the road this season. And again, to point out the importance of this game, if Tennessee wins it, they steer clear of Kentucky and LSU atop the conference standings, still with a rematch to come in Knoxville between Tennessee and Kentucky. LSU wins this game, and maybe percentage-wise, they were the unlikeliest by far of the three to win the league. Well, they would have wins over Tennessee and Kentucky, and they'd be atop the league standings.
Great point there. But they're going to go on the road, LSU, to Alabama, where they have not had success, and they got to go on the road to Florida, where they lost at home to. So, again, that's a big situation. But it's been a fun afternoon. I got to get on a plane and go to Nebraska. I hope the snow's not coming down. Speaking of the great foundation for Jack Hoffman, a little kid, cancer tonight, and I'm going to be there with the great running back who played great for the Patriots,
Rex
Mr.
Burkhead.
Yeah, Burkhead's going to be there, Nebraska guy. Just hope I can get there. But I want to finish this. This is going to be great here now, coming down the stretch. Big defensive stop is needed right here by LSU. You're down 3, less than 2 on the clock. Schofield wants the ball. Why not? He's had such an unbelievable game.
Schofield goes at Reed, the floater off the rim. And Reed wrestles away the rebound.
Now he can make some threes is Mays. You don't have to think about 3 right now.
Reed allows the flyby. Bullets one to the corner. Smart. Out to Mays.
He's
looking
capable.
for the tie. Got it!
He's capable. He's a doctor. Dr. Mays. Dr. Mays going to be a doctor. Student athlete. 4.2 academic average. What a big 3. Said he's the guy capable of making that 3.
Bone turns the corner. Can't break the tie. Out of bounds, I think off Williams. It is.
There's Mays. There's the good doctor right here. Going to back up, create space, and there it is. Nothing but nylon at the end.
And it looks like the officials, once and again, are going to go to the monitor to see if that was indeed out off Grant Williams.
Yeah, you can use it here in a judgment call in the last 2 minutes. Can't use it on a goaltending or an offensive interference, but you can utilize it to determine who touched the ball or whether someone stepped on a line. Because that's a definitive situation. It's not where, in the case of the offensive rebound and the goaltending, you don't know. Not everybody has the same angle in terms of the replays.
Now, Grant Williams wanted a foul to be called on Emmett Williams for hooking his right arm. And then he said that they should go to the monitor. They ruled it out off Grant Williams. I don't know how, based on these replays we've seen, they would be able to change the call they just made on the floor. Again, once they set that precedent on the floor, you have to see something indisputable to change the call you made on the floor, and they called it out off Grant Williams.
Well, and they're not going to determine if a foul took place. They're just determining whose possession. Oh, look at the hook and hole there. Hook and hole. I don't know about that rule now. That hook and hole.
It's a player safety rule that they want to make sure the guys going to the deck haven't caused injury one way or the other. So a very important replay decision, tied at 69 with less than a minute to go.
Well, LSU was a beneficiary of a situation where they couldn't determine the Kentucky game. They won that game where many of the angles from up on top the camera showed. Thought it was definitely an interference. They were able to leave Lexington with a win.
Well, a very long replay review hasn't dulled the crowd at all. They're having a party here at the Maravich Center.
But I'm not having a party sitting here with all these delays. I'm telling you, I like the old school way, human error, part of the game. I mean, I can understand certain situations, but come on now, man. It takes forever to make calls. I like your rule. Tell them what you said about the 60-second rule.
I think it should be across the board in all sports. The moment that replay is initiated in any sport, we on television put 60 seconds on the screen. By the time that 60-second clock runs out, if they haven't figured it out, then they just stay with the call that they made on the floor, on the field, on the ice, or whatever. But at least then the folks at home watching on television would know it's not going to be an eternal delay. I just have to sit there and watch for 60 seconds, and once that 60-second clock runs out, that's it. You've either seen it or haven't seen the evidence you need to see to change the call you made on the floor.
I like the commissioner, Robert. I really do.
I think I should be the commissioner of all sports.
Yeah,
not even just the basketball. And now they have stuck with the call they made on the floor. After all of that, it's going to belong to LSU. And as we said right at the start, I'm not sure what they ever would have seen to be able to overturn the call they made.
Well, let's look here basketball-wise right now. The one thing is Tennessee's going to get the ball back for sure. Shot selection so important now to LSU because Tennessee's going to get the ball. And if I got a feeling Tennessee gets it, it's going to go inside to Williams, who can draw fouls with his ability around the basket. Let's see what's going on here. Smart's feeling it. They know it.
Smart and Mays both over 20. No one else in double figures for LSU. So it's Mays, and he draws the foul.
He did draw contact there. They cleared out the left side. A lot of time on the clock. Also means that LSU will get some time on the clock no matter what Tennessee does in their possession. Little 2-for-1 right here. Now, what's going on in the clock now? What's going on now? Come on, man. Blow the whistle, make a call, and let's play basketball.
That foul on Schofield, his fourth,
real.
so no one has fouled out as far as I know. That's his fourth foul. Normally you get this inexplicable delay when a team has had a player foul out. They go to their respective benches.
What is
but
going
now
on
they're going to go back to the monitor.
What is
again.
going on now?
I'm not sure if this might be a clock issue.
To me,
this is a restricted area issue, and they called a foul on Admiral Schofield to begin with. So right now you are reviewing whether or not Admiral Schofield was in the restricted area after you already called a foul on Schofield anyway.
explain to them about the restricted area there.
So the secondary defender coming over has to be outside the restricted area, or it's a block regardless. It can't be a charge. But it doesn't matter. They called a block on Schofield. At least that seemed to be the initial call that was made.
It was a block. No question it was a block right there, Paul. Take a little longer. Come on. The problem right here now is really unbelievable. I mean, run into that. It's become a crutch. It's become a crutch to monitor. It's not just being used to get the right call. It's become a crutch to the officials. I mean, I love the olden days, man. Guys called it with authority, blew the whistle, made their call, and you knew they were right. There's so much value on every call. I like the music.
Now we're going to get another explanation. All right. So he was inside the restricted area. I guess my quick question to the officials was, we thought you called the foul on Admiral Schofield in the first place, and the response was, we did.
Well, now let's see the free throw. Now the kid's been iced here for a while. Let's see if this affects him on the line.
LSU has not led since there was 3.5 minutes to go in the first half, when the score was 31-30. Here's Mays to try and give them a lead, and he does.
He's been solid. Again, for people just joining us, they're playing without their star, Jamon. Waters not here today, battling a virus. Waters, a key player, one of the best in the conference, but they've gotten an elevated game out of Mays and certainly out of Smart on the perimeter. Naj Reed has not been as effective as they certainly would like. They take a 2-point lead. Now you got to watch. Got to play some strong defense. They will get the ball back no matter what happens, LSU. Schofield and Williams.
It is Williams going to the goal to tie the game easily.
Well, he went in with authority. He wanted the ball, showing why he was the player of the year. Crunch time.
About a 4-second differential. Will Wade has 2 timeouts. He'll use one here.
We might be here for a while.
Tied at 71. Less than a half minute to go. Let's go back to Chris in the studio.
Okay, Bob, Dick, you guys might have at least 30 seconds of basketball still to play, maybe even a little bit more. Meanwhile, I want to let everybody know Maryland and Ohio State, they're underway over on ESPN News. As you can see on the right here, Buckeyes with a 2-point lead. As soon as you guys wrap things up there in Baton Rouge, we'll move the Buckeyes and the Terps over here to ESPN.
All right, Chris, thanks very much. As we've got 26 seconds to go, Bob Wishoes and Dick Vitale, Allison Williams here in Baton Rouge. Each team has a timeout left. Each team over the double bonus 10-foul limit. So it's 2 free throws the rest of the way. The arrow belongs to LSU. The basketball belongs to LSU as well.
Well, you know, think about this. Will Wade said it's going to be a 15-round battle, but we're in the 15th round, man. It's decision time right now. It's even for 14. Let's see who gets the 15th round. You got the young kids here from LSU, talented, playing a veteran team with a winner's mentality in the orange.
And here's the freshman Javonte Smart working on a career high.
We might be here a while. And in the 1-4 set, 4 guys on the baseline. And they're going to try to get him a little one-on-one.
8 to shoot. He gets to the rim. Net. It's knocked out. It'll stay with LSU with 4 to shoot.
Great
they gave
defense.
Kyle Alexander the benefit of the doubt on the block.
Well, Alexander, a tremendous shot blocker. That's twice he's rotated over and then stopped smart on his drives to the goal.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
Not going in a monitor again. Please, please, no.
The clock stopped instantaneously, so I'm not sure if they feel like they have to review the time on the clock. If it's wrong by a tenth or two of a second. And they are going to go to the monitor again.
Really a poor job of decision making. And
there's the block. The ball lands. And from here, you can't tell if it lands inbounds or out of bounds. If it lands out of bounds on the first bounce, then maybe there would be a little additional time. That's inbounds. So by the time the ball lands out of bounds, the clock is right. I mean, absolutely dead on right.
You got to maybe use your instincts as a referee and not rely on that in every little second. I mean, if there's a change, it's like 1/10 of a second.
There's not going to be a change, I don't think, because the ball landed on that second bounce out of bounds, and that's exactly when the clock stops.
Tell you, Bob, it's really frustrating.
Well, you know what they're about to do? They're about, I think, to add 1/10 of a second to the game clock.
Yeah, 1/10. That's what I thought.
I thought that's what they just announced.
Yeah, the rules committee's got to get together at the end of the year and really modify some of the situation because it's really got ugly, stopping the rhythm of games, flow of the game.
LSU's ready to go, but Rick Barnes is still getting an explanation from Anthony Jordan.
Watch for the offensive.
And now that extra tenth of a second has been added to the clock.
Watch for the offensive rebound on a missed shot. It comes up big a lot of times.
They throw it in. Mays launches. That's no good. Schofield's got the rebound. Falls to the deck. Gets the timeout. The LSU bench wanted a walk to be called on Admiral Schofield falling backwards. Will Wade is apoplectic on the sidelines as to why he didn't get a call his way. And in a 71-all tie, 3.7 seconds to go, Tennessee will have a chance to win it.
Wow.
On his way down, Schofield got the timeout call.
Well, let's see what they're going to do right here.
Now the timeout has been called, a full timeout by Tennessee, so we would be stopped anyway, but again, we are back at the monitor.
Yeah, back at the monitor. They're living off the monitor. They're not sure in any calls they make. Every call, they're questioning themselves, really. I mean, you want to get things right, but gee whiz.
So now Tennessee with 3.7 seconds. What type of a quality shot can you get? Getting the ball up the floor, and most likely, I would think, targeting Schofield.
Well, Schofield or Williams, you can get the ball up very easily in 3.7 seconds. Remember, the clock does not start until the ball's touched on the floor. But you got to believe it. You got to be careful. If you're guarding down there, you don't want to foul Williams because he's automatic in the line. But they're going to probably obviously look for Williams or Schofield.
And Dick, again, to emphasize how important this game is, if LSU can find a way to win it, they would join Tennessee and Kentucky atop the SEC. If this is a road win for the Vols, it is a big one down the stretch of the regular season.
Tell you one thing, the SEC tournament's going to be dynamite. Can't wait to join Carl Ravage and Laura Rutledge and the gang down there in Nashville. It's going to be terrific because those other clubs in the middle can play too.
Here we go.
Here we go now.
Jordan Bone with 4.5 seconds on the clock.
Don't want to foul here now. You don't want to foul.
Williams right back to Bone. Bone lost his footing. Just missing from deep, Skylar Mays. And we go to overtime.
Wow. We've been in overtime. Kind of the monitor calls. We've been in overtime. Are you kidding me? Wow. We might be here for another 2 hours.
Jordan Bone tried to put the brakes on just outside the three-point line and was on a banana peel.
He was going so quick here, exploding, and there comes the slip. Can't fault the kid for that. I really don't want to sound like a guy moaning, groaning about always the monitor, but, you know, Bob, it really is ugly. It really is ugly. It really is. And to me, that is a sign of a poor job officiating. The great referees, my God, there's no way. They made a call. They made it. We just lost a great referee, passed away, Irv Brown, years ago. Irv was so definitive with his calls, man. He wouldn't want that monitor to drive him nuts. I'm going to make my call. I'm going to make the right call. I could see in situations, but every call going over there just takes away the flow and the fun of the game.
Well, now as we get to overtime, who do you think has the advantage here? Would you always go with the home team or Tennessee surviving at the end if they can get Schofield back on track?
You know, normally I would go with the home team, but this home team, so young against a team that's a proven winner who won the SEC on the road. These kids are not going to get rattled from Tennessee in a pressure situation. But, you know, the one guy that's got to give them a little basketball is too talented, and we haven't seen his ability here today, is Naz Reid. I mean, he's so talented. Is he still 0 for 5?
He is 0 for 5 from the field. He's got 3 fouls, played 23 minutes, and has not scored.
So I think for the home club right now, getting a lead early in the OT is important to get this crowd alive. He missed Naz Reid, a little upset right there. He had great position. They wanted to go one-on-one right here.
Looking for his first field goal of the day. And it's knocked out of bounds. It's off Turner. So it will stay with LSU.
The message to begin overtime to Tennessee was to keep the same mentality they've had throughout this game, and their guys were reminded that they don't win or lose this game in the first minute of overtime. It's over the next 5 minutes, and they told them, hey, if it was up to us, we'd play 15 more. You show them that we could play till the end.
Like that, Allison.
Reid forces one up. His tip follow won't go. Offensive rebound falls through for Big D.
Good offensive rebound. I tell you, Reid made a great move right there. The ball's just not falling. One of those days. Happens to the greatest players. Here's where you're going to see Williams assert himself too.
Schofield lost it. A follow stripped away from Kyle Alexander. And Schofield's hurt. Behind the play, he is hurt. And the officials call time.
He was limping a little bit earlier when he hit the deck. He's a tough kid, man. Physically tough, mentally tough, has that winner's mentality. He's one of those coaches' dreams. You want a kid like that on your team.
Tennessee has turned it over 13 times.
There's no foul here? Come on now, what? I mean, come on.
Schofield came down awkwardly. He is able to stay in the game. LSU has only turned the ball over 5 times the entire day.
That's surprising, especially playing they turned it over there.
Announcer Jinx. That's my second of the day.
Playing without Waters, only 6 turnovers now. Really surprising.
Turner at the free throw line. Yes.
He's a guy that knows how to score. 6th man of the year last year. Was coach 6th man of the year in the SEC. Oh, it's going to be dynamite down in Nashville for that tournament. You got 3 real heavyweights in Kentucky, LSU, and Tennessee, and a bunch of clubs out there that can cause problems. Florida, Arkansas, Alabama's, all those teams capable of causing problems.
Naz Reid pins it up against the backboard.
That's been his day.
That has been his day, and the arrow will give the ball to Tennessee.
That's been his day, no doubt about it. It's been one of those days. Tried to shoot that from New Orleans. Crowd trying to give him that little lifter. That look a little flat here defensively. Gonna step it up with some intensity.
Schofield. Naz Reid's got the rebound.
Good rebound right there by Naz Reid. But Alexander really hustles. He's back on D. Smuck's been played after he made those great plays in that one stretch.
Devontae Smart, hesitation dribble. Wild reverse won't go. Bigby Williams tried to tip it home, and now Jordan Bones got it.
You know, you can criticize the kid, wild play and all. We can do that, but that's his game. You got to accept it. That's what makes him special. He's not afraid to take shots and big shots.
Grant Williams.
Oh!
Offensive foul.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Only his second.
Lower that shoulder. No, he says. They say yes, yes, yes. Oh, there's no doubt about it, man. Bench reacts.
2.5 minutes to go in overtime.
Tell you, Will Wade's brought excitement here to this campus.
Skylar Mays, tough pass, tried to wrap one through traffic.
Had 5 turnovers.
Bigby Williams.
They had 5 turnovers the whole game. They got 2 in the last 3 possessions. Trying to make the spectacular play instead of simplicity. Williams wants to get him one-on-one.
Schofield. Nice shot fake. Leans in. Gets it to go.
Stars.
7 for Admiral Schofield.
He's been the stars. 2 bigs come up with screens up on high.
Devontae Smart fouls. Now Lamonte Turner. So that will put Smart at the free throw line to shoot 2.
He's a driving, slashing player. My advice to him would be to work on a medium-range jump shot. To be able to stop on a dime, pull it up, and knock down that jump shot. To work all summer on it. And then work on his range as a jump shooter. Because he's got the driving ability. Free throws can be big here, coming down a stretch in this game in overtime.
Devontae Smart makes it a 1-point game, and only 1 game in the loss column separates Tennessee, LSU, and Kentucky at the top of the SEC.
So big if LSU wins this game. They don't have to play Tennessee. They don't have to play Kentucky.
And they
it
play
would be in
each
their
other
hands.
one more time.
Yeah, those teams are going to play each other, so they would each one of them get a loss anyway. One of the 2, Kentucky or Tennessee.
Turner off a curl. Short. Devontae Smart.
You got to be smart now with the ball.
And he was.
Got to be intelligent here. The last minute, tie ball game. You're at home. Remember this: a very strong, normally offensive rebounding team, LSU. So the missed shot, they're trying to get a little 1-4 here. They want to give help.
Smart. Plays it in.
What a great drive. He got the angle. He got the great drive right there because of the angle. They can't stay in front of the kid.
Rick Barnes wants a timeout. I thought he's going to let his kids play. Grant Williams, spin move with the left hand to tie it.
How big was that move right there? The drop step. Yuki Brown will be going wild teaching that right now. The super drop step and go and whirl into the goal.
And it was a 2-for-1.
Yep.
Now Tennessee is just about sure to get the ball back one more time, regardless of what happens after this LSU timeout.
Watch this move. Takes the ball, they clear the side, they get him in an isolation, and he scores. Now watch this, one-on-one, and what a tremendous spin move and the utilization of his left hand. Pretty good. I said utilization. I can't believe I said that. I'm so proud.
You are one triple word score after another today. We go back to Chris Cotter in the studio.
Thank you, gentlemen. I wish we could have the same vernacular. Not quite, although we do have Dallin Cuff here. He's a Columbia guy. Got a lot of education. Got Alfonso Ellis, Notre Dame guy, too. So some smart folks back here. Ohio State, Maryland, as you can see on the right, that game's going on over on ESPN News. A good one, too. Maryland up 3 in Big Ten play. Just about 8 minutes left to go in the first half there. So the way things are going, guys in Baton Rouge, that game might be at half before this game even comes to an end, Fonz. It's been a great game.
No question about it. I mean, Tennessee, Grant Williams really struggled early. They needed someone to step up and give them some scoring. Admiral Schofield was absolutely outstanding. 27 points in this game so far.
And Devontae Smart, 27 on the other side. I mean, this has been a high-level NCAA tournament field game. people making plays on both sides. Tremendous viewing for all of us watching.
Bob, Dick, Allison, you guys are earning your money today. But, Dick, as you always say, I can't believe you get paid for this.
I know, it's unbelievable. LaFonso's right, though. We're seeing some big-time intensity, emotion, passion. You know, a little pride at stake. He can say all they want about, yes, the NCAA is what really counts, but they want to win that regular season. And what's at stake? Bob has said several times, number one, if LSU wins this game, they're in pretty good shape. It'll be in their hands, whether they become the number one seed in the conference.
Tennessee shared the SEC title last season, and in their program history, they've never won back-to-back SEC regular season championships. And rivalry week rolls on later on tonight on ESPN. Duke looks to bounce back from the Carolina loss, and they certainly want some revenge against Syracuse. It's Duke and the Cuse at the Carrier Dome, and then Kansas and Texas Tech in Lubbock, 6 p.m., 8 p.m. Those are your start times. You can always watch live on the ESPN app. A great doubleheader later on tonight.
Well, you know, we talk about, certainly, LaFonso mentioned a bit about certainly the great player Schofield with his 27. Grant Williams got a very quiet, silent 15. And he's also done a great job. He's got 9 rebounds. He's headed for a double-double.
Grant Williams has scored 9 of Tennessee's last 13. So as the game got to crunch time and overtime, he has stepped up. So we're tied. LSU, just under 38 seconds to go. And each team has a timeout left. The arrow belongs to LSU. Reed goes to work, leans in, draws the foul.
Well, they went to Reed as opposed to going to Smart. And let's see if Reed can convert on a free throw line.
He's a 75% free throw shooter as Williams picks up his third. But again, he is scoreless, 0 for 8 from the field. This is his first trip to the line.
Wow.
Interesting that they would run a play there for a guy that hasn't made a shot.
Exactly. Little surprise right there. I thought it'd be Smart, or maybe even Mays, and have him go to the offensive boards. It's been a frustrating afternoon for Naz Reid. Really frustrating. That basket's looking like a teacup to him as opposed to like it's been looking to Smart and Schofield like the Atlantic Ocean. It's looking like a teacup. He wants to see one time the ball go through that net. Yeah, went through, but now up 1. Here we go.
About a 4-second differential again. Will Rick Barnes use a timeout or let his team play it through?
Here's where Williams wants the ball. Watch that drive. He likes to spin. He likes to use that spin. There it is.
Again with the left hand. He's got it.
How big? How big? I said he's going to go to that spin. He utilized that offense, showing why he was player of the year. This is what you expect from a guy that was the player of the year. This is what you anticipate about his ability, and he's delivered here in overtime. That's just right now. He loves that spin. There he's with the left hand, converts, gets fouled. Got great poise and patience, this kid, too. Never panicked when he was struggling early.
Two-point lead for the Vols. 18.5 to go. Will Wade has a timeout. We'll see if he uses it.
No, they're going to play ball. 3 wins it. The 2 ties it. If the 2 is there, you go for the 2.
Smart on the drive, off balance. It's blocked. The follow not there. For Biggie Williams.
There's
Here
time
comes
left.
Turner.
There's time left. Here we go.
Turner for Wade. No. Back the other way. Javonte Smart.
He got a foul. They called a foul here. 80 feet from the goal. Oh, Rick Barnes got to be so upset. I think it was a good call. I think it was a good call. I think there was contact.
A half second to play. And Grant Williams went at Javonte Smart and got called for the foul.
Could have called on the 2 guys.
That's his 4th.
Not a heavy play there. 80 feet from the basket. Now, I can understand him going over there now. You want to make sure you get the right time on the clock. That is a legitimate utilization. I like that, more than 1 syllable. Utilization.
I'm telling you.
Monitor. Top of the screen, look at the clock right
When
here.
should the clock have stopped on the foul? Right there is the foul, so there should be over a second on the clock.
Yeah. And remember, if he does score, clock starts when the ball is touched on the floor. I'll try probably one of those plays with Grant Hill to Mr. Leighton.
A best case scenario for LSU would be for Javonte Smart to make the first one
and miss the second.
And probably miss the second one. If he makes both, then that gives Tennessee a chance to throw it in from out of bounds or call their timeout and get something organized. So what has been a marathon of a game looks like it will come down to this.
Well,
a freshman working on a career high already at the line. He only got the start today because Tremont Waters, the best player for LSU, is out with an illness.
Taking advantage of an opportunity, but he's been a key player all year. We don't want to think like this is some scrub who all of a sudden become a star. This kid was a big-time recruit. Everybody was after him, including Kentucky, Javonte Smart, and he's delivered. He started a number of games. And they're dancing on the sideline. The game ain't over yet.
And it looks like they're going to add a little less than a second to the clock and take it from 0.6 up to 1.4, which is the right call.
Yeah, one thing, these referees are earning their dollars today, too. They're working today, baby. They are working. See if all this time created a problem, maybe freezes them a little bit.
Javonte Smart, 85% at the line this season, and he is 7 of 8 today. They're going to leave the clock at 0.6. That was not what I thought the indication from the official was. And Smart breaks the tie.
Well, he's got touch.
Rick Barnes wants to call timeout, I think, right now.
He's got good rotation.
Will Wade looked out to Javonte Smart and said, make it. And he did.
Now a desperate three can beat him.
So that Mendoza line of the clock being anywhere 0.3 and under to 0.4 and over is key. They didn't add any more time to the clock, but the fact that it's still at 0.6 means you can still catch and shoot.
Yeah, you can catch and shoot. 0.03 you cannot. But here it is, 0.6. It's got to be a pass inbounds, a long pass, catch, and just let it go.
A lot of times we see teams practice the scenario of 3 or 4 seconds to go in a game, get some dribbles and try and get to the rim. How often are you practicing this scenario, a baseball pass and a catch and shoot?
I don't think you're practicing that often at all. I really don't. Under 1 second, I don't think many coaches are working. Some might occasionally, but it's not going to be part of your regular workouts. Here it is. Remember now, it's at stake. LSU wins this game. They have a 3-way tie now in the SEC. And they got a big guy bothering the inbounds, which is Smart.
Cavell Bigby Williams will try and stay in front of Admiral Schofield, who can run the baseline.
The other year, Rick Pitino did not do that against Duke.
Schofield, the home run pass. Williams has it. Just comes up short. A pretty good look and a very big win for LSU.
Look at Rick Barnes. He is furious. The referee tried to keep him away. One referee jumped in. Barnes was really going after one of the refs verbally. What an intense, unbelievable battle.
With 0.6 of a second to go, I'm not sure that Tennessee could have asked for a better look.
No, he got the ball in the hands of the right guy. Barnes living. Watch Barnes after the game. He is stalked. He is stalking. He's going after one to let the ref know his feelings. The ref jumps in front of him. Smart, walk away. Got to give credit, though, to LSU to be able to come in without Waters, didn't get a game from Reed that they're capable of, and to have this W and now have a 3-way tie in